Hey up everyone, my name is Hutch and I hope you're doing well. I think I'm going to go with that as my intro because I never introduced myself and I figured maybe I should, but I don't know. I want like a short intro so I can just like get straight into the video, but then here I am rambling about my intro in my intro, so yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I hope you had a good weekend. I've been saying for a while that I've been wanting to, I haven't said out about it. I've been wanting to build a home for 8 Sims for ages now, and I actually attempted building something, kind of, for a few weeks ago, and I ended up just bulldozing it, because it ended up looking, I don't know, I want to say like boring, I don't know, not really, I'll explain in a little bit, but yeah, I think I just focused so much on making the space work, it just kind of looked empty, and too tidy. I didn't really get on with doing much, but I don't know, I just bulldozed it, decided I didn't like it, and thought, oh, I'll try again later. I don't think that a house with 8 people is gonna look like proper tidy and like well put together. A family home anyway, I think it would look, I don't know, more lived in. At least that's what I wanted to achieve. I mean, I grew up with 4 other people in my house and it didn't look perfect all the time, like no matter how much my mum tried to get it to be perfect. So yeah, I wanted to make like a big family house, but also not like a proper rich one where there's like a bedroom for each sim, like a mansion type thing. So yeah, I wanted it to feel like full. Maybe they didn't really like anticipate having like a 6th kid. Nice little surprise there. And yeah, so I hope I achieve that with this build. I also forgot to record myself building the roofing and some of the exterior, which is annoying. I didn't realise I forgot to record that part either until I was like editing. I was like, well, where's that footage? Where's like the rest of it? Because I stopped recording while I was building the house. You'll kind of see where it like cuts off and then you see a finished house after that, or I think I move on to the interior. So yeah, it's a bit annoying, but I was a bit like, where's that footage then? And then I realised I must have not hit record. So yeah, it's a bit annoying. I was going to actually like re-record it, just like build the exterior, just do it again. But because I'd spent like 4 hours building non-stop, I'm going to be honest with you, I couldn't be asked to be honest to do it again. But yeah, hopefully you get the overall idea and you can see like most of the building process. I mean, still annoying. I mean, do you ever get that where you like forget to do something and then you like get a bit annoyed at yourself? Like, why? I've been recording for a while now, so I'm used to the process and that. So to forget to hit record, I don't know, I guess it happens. I forget quite a lot of things. If you follow me on Instagram, you might have seen I posted on my stories, I put a picture of a sign that my partner put up for me to remind me to drink a cup of tea. Normally they make me a cup of tea, put it down on the floor like near where I'm sat, like on the settee, and then it kind of rhymed anyway, and I forget like probably like 8 out of 10 times. I want to say I either forget completely till it like goes cold, or I'll randomly like remember like, oh, my tea, or my partner might come in the room and be like, your tea's there, and I'll like just down it while it's like lukewarm or whatever. So it's not good. So yeah, my partner made this sign out of like a piece of paper and one of those like skewer things. It's like a wooden skewer thing. I don't even know where that's from, but yeah, anyway, I didn't know we had them. So yeah, not that that's important where I got some skewers from, but yeah, put the sign down like in front of me at one end of the settee, and I've got like a corner settee, so I kind of sit in the corner and I face like towards the door, which is kind of, I'll show the picture and you'll get what I'm on about. But yeah, put it in front of me to remind me to drink my tea, and I would love to say that it worked. I would love to say it's that simple. But I was on my Switch at the time playing Legend of Zelda, so my eyes were like facing down, not straight in front of me. So I just forgot. I think I need, if I'm going to use a sign, I think I need like a neon flashing sign or something like that. But I appreciate the effort. I do feel bad for forgetting. You know, my partner went to trouble making me a cup of tea and makes me one like every day, and most of the time I forget. So yeah, what can you do? So yeah, let me talk to you about this build before I forget that as well. So it's built on a 30 by 20 lot. I built it using Seasons, Cats and Dogs, Get Together, Parenthood, Country Kitchen Kit and Laundry Day stuff. I know it's a fair few packs, so sorry about that. I ought to have not used seasons really, because I don't really use that many things from it. I mean, if you download this build and you don't have seasons, then you're probably not going to miss much. I think the toilets in the build, I use the bathroom stuff, so I think I use maybe one shower, might be two. No, I think it's one shower and like a toilet from seasons, and then some like decorative stuff. But yeah, the others I really wanted to use. So, I mean, I'm still obsessed with the Country Kitchen kit. But if you have Parenthood, you could always replace the blue counters from Country Kitchen kit with the blue ones from Parenthood. Yeah. Because they're a really good match, actually. And I did end up using some of the cupboards from Parenthood, the like blue swatch. I used those alongside the Country Kitchen ones in the dark blue swatch. So yeah, it has 5 bedrooms and 4 bathrooms. I also made this like converted garage thing, which you'll see me build at the end. You'll see me like decorate it at the end and furnish it and whatnot. And the garden is a decent size as well. It's not massive, but I think it does a decent job to say it's only a 30 by 20 lot. And yeah, it's a big house, so I think it's not a bad sized garden for the size of the house. I've never actually built like a proper house for 8 Sims before. Like I said, I have tried. A few weeks ago I started building one, but I didn't really get past the floor plan like stage. I think I'd done the floor plan, and then I think I'd started doing a bedroom and the living room. I'd just like put furniture down. I weren't really trying. It was more like trying to figure out the layout and stuff, and it just weren't coming together. So yeah, I just bulldozed it like I said before. I also made a family for this house as well that you'll see in the screenshots at the end. Like always, you don't have to download the family with the build. I just like making a family for like screenshots. But it also helps me to add like more personality to the build when I think about like the type of Sims that live there and stuff. But I mean, you might think of totally different Sims to me, and that's fine. But the house and the family will be on the gallery now. So if you'd like to download them, either of them or both, or whatever, you can find me on the gallery by searching for my origin ID, which is Sims Hutch, and that's always linked in the description as well, if you want to follow me on there or download anything that I put on there as well. So how's everyone getting on then? How's your weekend been? Mine has been quite, I don't really know what the right word to use is. I guess lazy, unproductive. I'm a parent, but on my weekends I'm like kid free, so I don't really have any like major responsibilities other than like the house, and I've actually hurt my back and my stomach muscles a little bit from, I don't know, I think maybe just sleeping in a dodgy position or something, but yeah, because of that I didn't really want to do anything, so I had a good lie-in on Saturday, just hung out in bed and that as well when I woke up, just on my phone talking to my partner and that, and then we just played games for the rest of the day after that. And also I think we watched quite a bit of Breaking Bad as well, because we've been rewatching that recently, because my partner hasn't seen all of it. I think they only saw up to like season 2 or something, but yeah, we've just finished that actually. We finished it last night, and then my partner cut the grass as well on Sunday I think, and I played, what else did I do? Yeah, I played Zelda all day pretty much on Sunday till my kids got home. So yeah, unproductive but good weekend, just being able to rest, and I don't know, I just think sometimes you need to like just take it easy and not kind of do anything really, or just do what you want to do. Obviously not everyone's able to do that. I get that a lot of people will be working on weekends and stuff, but I think if you do have time to, you know, just do whatever it is that makes you happy, whether it's playing Sims, watching videos, playing any games, watching TV, whatever it is, reading, whatever your hobbies are, I think it's important to like just kind of put other stuff aside to like take care of yourself and recover and stuff, because I've been struggling a little bit with like other stuff that's been going on. Like I'm okay, but sometimes I go through these like phases where I feel like none of my friends or my family like me. It's just part of an ADHD, I think. I didn't really realise it was an ADHD thing. I thought I was just like sensitive or something. But yeah, I sometimes just get this like fear of rejection and stuff, which is daft because I don't think anyone's really done anything to reject me, but I'll pick up on really little things and those little things all like add up, and then when they put them all together, it's like, well, they didn't reply, and they didn't ask me this, and they didn't talk to me, and then they laughed at me when I said something, and I don't know why they laughed, and I like put all this kind of stuff together, and then I'm a bit like, oh, well, they just don't like me anymore, and I don't know why. And I think it's just because, I don't know, it's just part of being autistic, honestly. Like, I know it sounds really, like, sad, but a lot of other autistic people that I've spoken to, and the more I've kind of learned about other autistic people and what they go through, is very similar, like the way that you're sometimes treated by others, whether it's perceived rejection that's not actually rejection, you just kind of think that someone's rejecting you, or whether it's real, and that's kind of, sorry, I just banged my ankle on my chair, yeah, whether that's like I said, perceived rejection, or whether it's real or not, it's not really, like, it doesn't really affect it. I think in your mind, I think if you really genuinely think that people don't like you, you will find any kind of sign for that, but it kind of makes it even more difficult, because not only do I have, so it's called rejection sensitive dysphoria, so not only do I have to contend with that with having ADHD, because I'm autistic and I don't always read people very well, and sometimes I need literal explanations rather than hints and kind of like little gestures that hint that I've done something wrong or that I've upset someone in any way. I don't work off that. I work off people saying, by the way, you upset me by doing this. And I can accept that because I'm a person, and I make mistakes, and sometimes I do come across as rude, and I'm happy to accept that. But other people that are my friends also need to accept, or family or whatever, also need to accept that I'm not like them. So sometimes I think that people look at me and think, well, I wouldn't say that, I wouldn't do that. And it's like, yeah, but that's because you're not autistic and I am. So try and give me a little bit of understanding there. But yeah, it's not a big deal. It's just something, it's part of the autistic experience, part of the ADHD experience. If you have ADHD, maybe you'll know what I'm talking about. Obviously not all people with ADHD are like that. It's just one of those things. And it's not exclusive to people with ADHD, like fear of like rejection and stuff. It's not even really like a fear of rejection. It's just, I think people actually are rejecting me and I don't know the reason why. So that's the bit that like is upsetting. Because if someone turned around and were like, I don't want to be your friend anymore, I'd be like, all right then, well, bye. Like, I can handle the rejection bit. It's the not knowing side of it where I'm a bit like, but why? What have I done? So yeah, I don't even know what made me start talking about that. But yeah, I guess I needed to recover that over the weekend. Recover from that, sorry. But yeah, I'm rambling again. So yeah, back to what I was talking about. I've had to like stop recording and replay what I was talking about to remind myself. So yeah, talking about recovering over the weekend. So like I said, sometimes, it's good to take time to do nothing. But I think this week and the weekend coming up is going to be like a little bit more productive because I've got more like decorating to do. I've been doing like a bit of decorating. I did it a few weeks ago, decorated a bedroom and had to like build furniture, and I talked about it briefly in one of my videos. But yeah, we need to do that again. But yeah, if you're from the UK, you might know what I'm on about here, what I'm about to say. Or maybe it's like this in other countries, I don't really know. But one of the most used paint colours in like rental houses is the shade Magnolia. And it's like a yellowy cream colour. Well, when I moved into this house, every room of it was like, I don't know how to say this without sounding mean, but every room was ugly. I don't know, I feel like that's really harsh, but I guess it's just a paint colour. It's not like I'm hurting the paint's feelings, but I feel a bit like I'm insulting the person's taste, and obviously that's very subjective. But anyway, I don't mean it in like a nasty way, but you know what I mean. So the downstairs was like different shades of brown, and I mean, I like brown as a colour, don't get me wrong, I don't have anything against the shade brown. Most of the furniture that I have is brown, but the wall colours, just the type of shades that were used, it just made it feel like the house was like underground and stuff, and they'd painted the ceiling as well. So yeah, all the downstairs rooms were painted like different shades of brown. And when we moved in, my dad, who was like helping me decorate and stuff, was like, right, just get a few tubs of emulsion, cover the lot up, bearing in mind as well that they smoked indoors, so we needed to like clean all the walls and stuff, and that smoke, like the tar stained walls, kind of affected the colour of the paint. It kind of added this like yellow shine to it, yellowy brown, but like a dirty brown, do you know what I mean? So it was just not the best. So my dad got the paint and we just did every wall in Magnolia. My dad just bought like the cheapest emulsion. Obviously it's rented, so we were like, well, you're allowed to paint it whatever colour you want. I mean, obviously, because they painted it whatever colour they wanted, the previous like tenants. So yeah, I mean, at the time I wasn't bothered because I just wanted to cover the walls and get moved in, get the furniture in, because we needed to decorate really before all else. So it was alright at the time, but after a few years the paint ages kind of, so yeah, it just kind of went like an odd yellowy colour and it just don't look nice. So yeah, I know a lot of people won't have white walls, but that's kind of what I've wanted to do, just cover everything in white apart from a few walls I've done like accent walls and stuff. So yeah, I know, like I said, a lot of people probably wouldn't opt for white, especially if you've got like kids and stuff, like if you've got if they like mark the walls and stuff. But I just figured the shade that we had gets marks on it and gets scuffed and whatever, and you just wipe it down and repaint over any patches that need like redoing. So why not just do that for white? And I think it like brightens it up a bit as well. So yeah, so we've just been kind of doing that gradually over like about a year or two, I think. I don't really like cope well with change. Surprise, as though like I don't really make that a secret, but yeah, I don't really cope well with change. So even changes that I want, so when I decorated my bathroom, it was quite a big change and I couldn't really like, it felt really weird going in that room because it was like, this isn't my bathroom, this is different. And it's same with any room, like if I decorate it and stuff, even if it's a change that I wanted and that I actually went through with, it's still a change and I don't always like it. It just feels different to me, and my house is like my safe space, so when it changes it makes me feel a little bit like, I don't know, like it's just like I'm in a different house altogether. I do eventually adapt to it, but that's why I do decorating and stuff gradually. So yeah, but yeah, this week I'm gonna move stuff out of the hallway. There's just like a coat rack in the hallway and stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna move that, clean the walls, tape up any areas that I don't want to get paint on. Yeah, get that done this weekend and decorate and stuff. Honestly, I've said this before, but imagine if we could just do what we do in The Sims. Life would be so much easier. You're just like, oh, you need to do telly? Just easy. You don't even need to unplug it. You just delete it, put a new one down. Or if you need a whole new room building on to the side of your house, easy. Do it in like 30 seconds, you know, no bother. So yeah, so I've got all that to sort out, and yeah, I already feel like I can't be bothered just talking about it. I don't know. I feel like just because the change that's going to happen, it's a bit, do you know what I mean? Like it's a big change, so I'm like anticipating that. We also need new flooring in the hallway as well because it's carpeted at the minute. We use like the back door as an entrance rather than the front door, but I want to change that because the back door just like walks straight into the kitchen and I don't like it. So I don't know why. I've always used back doors. Okay, I was kind of like brought up. That sounds weird. So I always use the back door. But yeah, well, I was brought up on like you use the back door to come into the house, and the front door is usually like carpeted, so you don't walk in there with your shoes on. You come to the back door, you leave your shoes there, and then that's that. So I want to change that. I want the front door to be the entrance to the house. We've got our like coat rack, shoe rack there, so it just makes sense that that's the entrance because it's carpeted. I don't want to track loads of muck in. So yeah, I want to get new flooring down. So we need to paint it, then new flooring, then that's done, sorted. So because I've rambled on about everything completely unrelated to the build, I'm going to talk a little bit about it now. Obviously, I know that I've built pretty much everything now and we're like close to the end of the video. But just to kind of give a brief rundown of the kind of ideas and what made me build certain things or whatever. So for the kitchen, like I said, obviously I've built it now, but I did want like a fairly decent sized kitchen. But I also did this kind of like art wall where I figured the kids would like just put their artwork on, or whatever it is, any like things that they make, crafts and stuff like that. I know you can hang like with seasons, you can make like summer crafts, winter crafts, whatever season it is at the time. You can make crafts like at the art table, and the kids can like hang them on the wall and whatever. So yeah, I figured that I'd put kids like artwork there. I was going to fill it up, and the gallery version will have some artwork on it. I don't think they'll be on the screenshots, but the gallery version will have some artwork on it, just to kind of, I don't know, like, just to kind of like make it feel more like a family home, more lived in, have more personality to it. Like I said, I made a household for this house, which obviously you don't have to download, but the Sims that I made for it, the kids in the family are all really quite different. So there's like a really creative Sim, and I figured that she would be just always making artwork and stuff, because I was like that as a kid. I used to always draw pictures and stuff, and I'd get my grandparents to hang them on the fridge, and I used to always want like an art wall in my bedroom, like put all my best artwork on there, but my mum didn't want me to put blue tack on the walls. But yeah, anyway, but I figured in the Sims they're not that bothered, are they? They're like, yeah, stick it up, it'll be right. So yeah, that's kind of the idea I went with the kitchen. I wanted like a big space for them all to like hang out, do whatever, be a family in the kitchen, eat, whatever. I didn't include a toddler high chair. I never really do in my builds, if I'm going to be honest with you. Even if the house is kind of intended for a toddler, or if I put a toddler bed, I never use it, so I never put them in my builds. I find it more trouble than it's worth. If you play The Sims 4, you'll know exactly what I'm on about, but when you put toddlers in a high chair and then you make your Sim make the food for them, they'll like make the food and then they'll stop and then take the toddler out of the chair and then put it on the floor, and then child services are like, hey, feed that kid because it's starving, and you know, I'm going to take it off you. And you're like, I'm trying. And then you're trying to put the kid back in the toddler chair, and then another Sim will come and take the toddler out while you get another Sim to make the food. And it's just like, stick the toddler on the floor, I'll make the food, and then the toddler can get the food themselves. And that's just what I do every time. I cannot be bothered with messing about with high chairs. I'm pretty sure that's been in the game since they introduced toddlers, which is annoying. So anyway, rambling again, can't help myself, can I? So for the living room again, I just wanted like a nice place for the family to hang out. Nothing really like went too much into it. Like I didn't really think, all right, I'll make it like this or whatever. I did include, I don't know what it is, but I kind of wanted like a fireplace with, I was going to make platforms, but it weren't working out right for like layout purposes. But yeah, I just wanted like a nice place for the family to hang out. And then for the bedrooms, it's just pretty bog standard stuff. Again, added a little bit of personality to them. And yeah, they've all got like computers and stuff, which, you know, I mean, if you're a family of 8 Sims and you've got at least 3 computers, I think you're doing all right. I'm not saying that they're rich, but I mean, like I said, computer for each kid is a definite sign that you're rich, in my opinion. I'm just kidding, like, but I don't know, I just find it like funny because, like I said before, when I was growing up, we had one family computer and it was like my dream to have my own computer and stuff. But yeah, anyway, then for the garage thing, it's not really a garage, it's just one big room really, but I imagined it's like a converted garage because Sims don't use, Sims 4 doesn't have cars, so, you know, it's one of those things. So the Sims have converted the garage into like, you know, just a storage space for like the decorations and stuff for the holidays with seasons, and also some like gym equipment for the dad or the mum or whoever wants to use it. In my game, they're for the dad Sim. But anyway, the dad Sim, the male dad. I don't know, the male dad. I don't know what I'm on about. Either way, then for the parents' bedroom and one of the kids' bedrooms, I did these like built-in wardrobe things. I just figured it adds a little bit more to the build, makes it look a bit more interesting, and it's also a good way to take up space. If you've got a fairly big room and you don't know what to put there, shut a few cupboards down, makes it look like it's got a purpose. Yep, right easy, doesn't really take that much effort. A lot of my like ideas that I get for like the built-in wardrobe stuff, I get them from different people on Instagram, but Camilla YTB on Instagram. I'll include a account in the description just in case, you know, you want to search her up and me saying her name like that doesn't help you find them. Either way, yeah, I got a lot of my ideas from Camilla YTB, so please go and look at her Instagram reels because she has a lot of good like tips on there for like building, and all of her building tips, like her reels and that, are all CC free, so you can make them quite easily. And yeah, that's pretty much it. The garden, like I said, it's a decent size. I didn't really do too much with it. I wanted to keep the landscaping quite simple just because the house has a lot to it. And yeah, I think that's about it. So I'm going to wrap up the voiceover here and leave you with a few screenshots. Please leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it. Consider subscribing if you'd like to. As I said, my origin ID is linked in the description. And if you'd like to follow me on Instagram, my Instagram is linked in there as well. So yeah, hope you have a good day and I'll see you later. Bye.